how. But previous to that, we were typically lower end, like towards around national. We usually beat national, but that's about it. Region and market are always crazy high because you hear BMW Arlington and Classic usually are the two that I hear the most that are just, telling people, hey, what do I need to do to
make this
give me a 10,
happen.
make survey happen, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
we will literally get fired if we say anything other than, can you please fill this survey out? It's really important to us. I look forward to reading your comments.
That's
is what we're supposed to say.
You know what? That makes sense, and I agree with that.
Instantaneous, no warnings. We'll get instantly fired.
It makes sense, dude. If they just change, the pay structure makes it to where I'm like begging for a survey because I actually need it for a freaking paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all that work last month, and nothing happened.
And I will say,
when
I first started, we had a lot more money riding on CSI. It's not that they actually went away from that. A little bit.
Right.
But so now there's a lot less pressure. However, we still have a decent amount of money.
Okay.
On it.
But what happens whenever you get one bad review? You get talked to, you get talk about it, figure out how to fix it. What happens?
Yeah, they just pull us in. If it's a really bad one, like to us personally, like the advisor did something wrong, they'll pull us in and be like, hey, what happened to this one? Now, if it's a detractor and they say, oh, BMW's expensive or BMW's unreliable or something like that, they don't really care.
Or you ask me for a survey, which wouldn't happen there.
No, if we get several in a row that say that, they'll come in and they'll go over your word track and all that stuff because our whole idea is that by saying I look forward to reading your comments is trying your best to get across that I personally have a stake in what you write.
Right. And that
someone's going to be reading them. It's not just
it's that guilty conscience thing, right?
We have 596 Google reviews.
Yeah,
is that surprising to you?
So 596.
It honestly is for being open for 3 years.
At
that's a lot.
4.5. We have 4.7 and 3,600.
I'm more surprised by that.
Yeah, me too. Frankly, yeah.
Much more surprised.
Well, it's the freaking forced thing here. But
I think it's also the fact that we do have free diag and we do have loan cars.
Your value is incredible for the customer. Your value is incredible
because it has to be because our customers are in such a low demographic.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and
constantly ask.
You
for
still
more.
have loan cars. It's not like it's impossible to get a loan car at BMW Arlington.
Right now it is, but yeah.
Well, I mean, most times.
Yeah.
But $50 for an oil change for any car. I mean,
now it's $70. Hold on. Whew. Everyone listening, it's $70 plus tax.
It's been $50 for 3 years.
I know. I just got to make that clear because people have asked and they get mad.
$70 for an oil change.
Dude.
I doubt I could even take my 2001 truck, to Quick Lube and get something for $70.
And we have people come in 3 Series that are 2014 plus, and they say, "Oh, you changed it? Okay, I'll go somewhere else." That's happened.
Yeah. Whereas
3 times.
we charge the minimum on our 4-cylinders. We charge $125
for an oil change.
For 4-cylinder, 6 cylinders are $143, and V8s are $182 plus.
Boom. And you know what? It makes sense because the oil costs freaking money.
Yeah. It's all oil. Nothing changes in those prices besides the oil amount.
I stopped even trying to explain it.
Yeah, V8s hold like 10 liters of oil. It's crazy.
Yeah. They'll say, "Oh, it changed. Wow," and I'll be like, "Yeah, we are actually losing money. We still are." I don't even care. I just throw it out there because you know what? If they're just going to get an oil change and leave, but they have 10 other services due, come on, man.
Y'all still charge $70 for diesel oil changes, right?
With no DEF, yes.
Yeah, with no DEF.
Okay, that was my next question.
DEF is supposed to be double. Now it might still be $100,
we charge
but
$275 for diesel oil changes.
Wow.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
People only knew. Or the thing is, though, with the vast majority of BMW customers, it's not that they don't know how to do an oil change; it's that they don't have time. Their time is extremely valuable. With most anyone with a 2014 newer, their time is valuable.
Right.
Well, and I would also argue that we live in the city. Not a lot of people have the space to hold the tools. Because generally on cars, you need at least a floor jack and maybe some jack stands and stuff like that. So you also have to think of it that way. Yeah, most of them could, but it's not worth it to them.
I'm a firm believer that it's like not worth it to do your own oil change. It's not. It's
I
not.
know,
Worth it. I mean,
the
not
only
anymore.
one
Come
I
on,
do it
not
on
anymore.
the only one I do it on my truck is because I don't have to mess with floor jacks or anything. I literally
Yeah.
crawl up under there, take out the drain plug, let
Yeah.
it drain out, and then put it back in. And that's it. That's the only dirty part I have to do.
I mean, Toyota charges
It's so easy.
$67, right? If I go to O'Reilly's
Yeah.
and get O'Reilly's brand everything, it's
$30.
It's $44. So I'm like $44 versus 67. I'm paying.
Jeez.
I'm just gonna go get it done.
Yeah, I was gonna say the labor with
It's not
most
worth
like
it.
with
It's
Jiffy
like,
Lube, it's like
it's
the
not
labor's
worth
like $10 for an oil change,
Right.
And you're just paying for oil.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
so
get
it's totally
Toyota
worth
oil.
it. It's like I don't have to.
I mean, I know
do
it's not
anything.
that different. I get it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually just do them at work now. It is the best. There are a lot of perks to working at a dealership.
Oh yeah.
Lots of perks.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
'Cause,
Any dealership there is.
Absolutely.
Think about important your car is for every person, and now you have connections to people who can work on it, to people who can buy it from,
Yeah.
get insane deals on anything, parts.
You guys might. I think that a lot of dealerships actually end up screwing their employees, but it's cool.
How so?
Well, so you get perks for working on your own car and stuff, and parts normally does. The buying cars thing is the main part that ends up screwing you anyway. Because
How so?
like Group 1 doesn't give you a good discount, and sometimes they don't even give you a
We
discount.
get an incredible discount.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Group 1 specifically, and it literally depends on who you talk to. And after you do it for a little while, you're like, this is dumb.
It's still probably 99% up to the salesperson.
It definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
because
got to be, right?
they're still getting their commission on what,
Well,
what
we
you
used
buy
to
it
we used
for.
to we used to bypass them and go to Brennan, but Brennan is now he was the sales manager.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's a GM of Cadillac, so we can't
You ain't
do
got
that
time for
anymore.
that.
He was cool, and
Yeah.
he would give us deals.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's also I don't know. I feel like it's also who you know and which brand you work for. Because when I worked for Volkswagen, I sold Volkswagens for 3 years, and we had a 13, I think it was 13 or 13.5% discount off invoice price
Right. So what the
for a
In
new
it, like the
vehicle.
so what it was
MSRP is-
ordered for?
No,
Not
invoice
even-
price.
Yeah. So what it was ordered
what
for?
the dealership buys it
Yeah.
for.
Oh, you
we
got
get
off that?
13% off
That's
that.
insane.
Oh, wow. That is insane. So,
Yeah.
Holy crap.
For pre-owned cars, it's $250 more than what the dealership has in it. So what they bought the car for, say they do brakes and tires, you add that, add $250, and that's it.
Is that for like a pre-owned car?
That's pre-owned.
Okay. That's
for-
really good.
Yeah, it's not bad. The markup on pre-owned cars is not nearly as high as a lot of people think they are,
Yeah,
except
it's not.
for really once you get into the $80,000 plus pre-owned cars like your M760s,
Right,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
then the markup can get pretty high. But we looked at when we were looking for Missy